Watch and burn.
Hey everyone. So tonight I want to discuss the first of most likely several Silver Mount Zion records, and I'm gonna start with their first one, which is the quickly titled "He Has Left Us Alone, but Shafts of Light Sometimes Grace the Corners of Our Rooms." Like, I love the whole Godspeed being in love with the 20-word titles of their albums and their side projects albums and their... Okay, I'm hearing people and I don't see shit. I'm hearing fucking footsteps, like, right there. There's nobody there. Yeah, I love their 20-word titles. I think they're great, and I think they're really fun, and sometimes I wonder if they actually mean anything, or if they're just sort of stringing deep-sounding shit together, because the majority of Godspeed, or at least Godspeed and their most of their side projects are more instrumental works. They're more like focused on just the instrumentation over the lyrics and vocals. So I don't know if these titles mean anything or not, but fuck, they're fun to say. He has left us alone, but shafts of light sometimes... Wait, he has left us alone, but shafts of light still sometimes grace the corners of our rooms, or it's... Wait, he has left us alone, but shafts of light still grace the corners... Fuck, now I can't remember. It doesn't matter. The title's cool, the artwork's great. This is like classic sort of a Silver Mount Zion when they were still leaning heavily into the area of Godspeed You Black Emperor, which of course this is, most notably, this is Efrim and Sophie, in theory I suppose, too, to a point. But it's mainly Efrim's side project, a Silver Mount Zion. Now the name of the band itself would go through so many changes, like the Silver Mount Zion, Memorial, I can't even remember, and the Tra-La-La something or other. But this record is when it's like, this is so heavily and so obviously influenced by Godspeed. This has like, sort of like, this is like a slow riot for New Zero Canada, sort of written all over it. I mean, with 13 Angels standing guard round the side of your bed, to tracks like For Wanda or Broken Chords, especially the opener, Broken Chords Can Sing a Little, with the sampling of, I think it's a minister of some kind, some religious person discussing the importance of having and maintaining religious conviction and whatnot. That is drawing or tearing a page straight out of the Godspeed You Black Emperor playbook. And it's not exactly a bad thing here, because this, of course, is essentially Godspeed. Especially right now. This first record, this and Born Into Trouble as the Sparks Fly Upwards, aside from Efrim singing, are so heavily Godspeed You Black Emperor. It's almost like, it's like a Godspeed 0.5 record. It's sort of like Civil War with Captain America was seen as the Avengers 2.5. Well, this and Born Into Trouble are sort of like 0.5 Godspeed records. God, I'm being eaten alive out here. Wait, hang on, that was that. Yeah, I mean, I think the most, like, impressive thing for me was the fact that I didn't even know what the hell this was. I was at the Sam the Record Man at the Oshawa Center before it shut down, and it quickly became CD+, and I was buying the Texas Chainsaw on VHS, because this is like 99, 2000, around there. And I remember the guy was like, oh, don't buy that. You can get that anywhere. And he was like, I think I had a homemade Godspeed shirt on that I'd like used one of those like Avery printer t-shirt things to make, because at this point buying like legit Godspeed merch, at least at this point, I don't even think it was capable. I'm not even sure if you can buy legit Godspeed t-shirts today in 2023. So back in like the early 2000s, you definitely couldn't. And he was like, dude, you're into Godspeed. He's like, what do you think of a Silver Mount Zion? And I'm like, you mean like what? Who? And he was like, oh yeah, dude, we got the first one here. He's like, it's fucking Efrim and Sophie from Godspeed. This is their side project. He's like, don't buy the fucking Texas Chainsaw. You can get that wherever you want. He's like, whenever you want. He's like, that's everywhere. He's like, you should really look into this. And that was it. That is my introduction to the world of a Silver Mount Zion. And I've been a fan ever since. I mean, everything a Silver Mount Zion has done has, after Born Into Trouble, of course, continues to move them further and further away from the Godspeed camp. And I find that like with Fuck Off, Get Free, that record is so crushingly heavy. And even though Efrim technically can't sing, my girlfriend at the time, I remember when I got heavily into Silver Mount Zion around the early 2000s, the mid 2000, sorry. My girlfriend at the time said that his voice was great because it was like the most honest thing in existence. And it's not like, see, a lot of people when it comes to vocal delivery feel that if you don't sound sort of professional, like maybe if you aren't like an Adele or a Beyonce, they're not into it. But me, I like it when a person's voice is as unique as their fingerprints. Like Tim from Rancid, his voice is perfect. Or Tom Waits, or Leonard Cohen, or Fat Mike from NoFX. Like, I love these people's voices, even though technically they can't sing. And so I get the honesty point that my girlfriend at the time was making, because Efrim really can't sing, but because of that, the delivery is so honest and forthright that you can't deny, like, how genuine it is. So yeah, this record's amazing. It's a total Godspeed clone, which there's nothing wrong with. Like I said, this is almost like a 0.5 Godspeed record. But I'm going to leave it there because this is running kind of long. So thank you so much for hanging out with me while I discussed a Silver Mount Zion's first one. And that is He Has Left Us Alone, but Shafts of Light Still Grace the Corners of Our Rooms. This time I chose to leave the word still out. Like always, if you like this review, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. But please, most importantly, do not forget that the world is a better place because you are in it. I'm going to go. Have a good night.